Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another electric edition of the SDW exclusive podcast, your official behind-the-scenes deep dive into all things Stone Dog Wrestling. I'm your host, Carly, and after the chaos that went down on Friday Night Lightning, we are officially on the road to SDW Mayhem. Last week, we saw absolute shockwaves sent through SDW. Frost dethroned Banshee to become the new Women's World Champion. Dizzy finally captured the US title. And CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Britt Grimes delivered a brutal beatdown to Tony Khan's elite cronies ahead of War Games. But let's not forget, Trick Williams just joined Money Inc., and Jimmy Phoenix just got robbed of the global title. And now, with only 1 week left until Mayhem, tensions are sky high, and the battle lines have been officially drawn. Who has the upper hand heading into War Games? What's next for Stone Dog, Kane, and the Fallen? And who the hell is going to stop Tony Khan if Team Sweet can't? We've got all that and more to break down today. So strap in, grab your popcorn, and let's get to it.
All right, everyone, welcome back. Let's jump right into it. We're going to be taking a deep dive into the world of Stone Dog Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And
Stone Dog Wrestling.
if you're a wrestling fan
Absolutely.
and haven't checked out SDW yet,
If you're a wrestling fan, you gotta check this out.
you're missing out. This is not your typical
This is not your typical
online wrestling experience. This is like watching a real TV show.
It's a prementation.
With storylines and matches that will leave you
The storyline on the edge of your seat.
the dedication to the craft that goes into it.
The matches.
It's all thanks to the dedication of its creator, Stone Dog, who pours 24 to 48 hours into each weekly episode.
Yeah, you can tell.
And he's built a passionate community around SDW.
It's not just making it
so much more than just
throwing some matches together.
an online show.
It is a full experience.
We're talking live events,
Forums,
social media,
interaction,
the whole universe. You can,
live watch parties.
Yeah, get lost in.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of getting lost, let's dive into the latest episode of Friday Night Lightning, which aired on Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day Massacre.
2025.
2025.
Love was definitely not in the air for some of these superstars.
Some people got their hearts broken, for sure.
We saw you in brutal matches.
Upsets.
And shocking upsets that have huge implications for the upcoming SDW Mayhem event.
Oh, yeah.
First up, we had Frost. Taking on Banshee. For the FTW Women's World title.
The title was on the line.
Banshee, known for her power moves.
Oh, yeah.
Dominated early on.
Powerful.
You could feel the intensity as she hit Frost with her signature gorilla press slam, followed by a massive elbow drop from the top rope.
The crowd thought it was over.
I thought it was over.
I thought she had it in the bag.
Banshee even hit her devastating finisher, the last right. Think of it as a brutal combination of a spinning sidewalk slam and a brainbuster.
Devastating.
But somehow Frost kicked out.
The crowd went nuts.
That's when the momentum
The
shifted.
place erupted.
You could practically see the shock on Banshee's face.
I don't think she could believe it.
Frost seized the opportunity, hitting a neck breaker and a series of back elbows before finishing Banshee off with a natural selection.
Natural selection.
Her own impressive finisher.
It's brutal.
The natural selection is a brutal variation of a fireman's carry into a cutter.
Like a reverse.
Lights out for Banshee.
Lights out.
And we have a new XDW Women's World Champion.
New champion.
What a way to kick off the show.
What a way to start.
And speaking of big moments, CM Punk finally revealed the final member of Team Sweet for SDW Mayhem.
We've all been waiting.
None other than the high-flying Ace Crusher.
Ace Crusher.
A fantastic addition to the team.
What'd he get?
But what really stole the show was the surprise appearance of Roman Reigns.
The tribal chief is here.
He made it clear that while he's allied with CM Punk for now, he's got his sights set on eventually facing him one-on-one.
Down the line.
You could cut the tension with a knife.
Oh, yeah.
They need to work together to take down Tony Khan and his team at Mayhem first.
Got to take care of business.
But, you know, that eventual clash between Punk and Reigns is going to be epic.
Oh, man. That's going to be a marquee match.
Talk about a long-term storyline that's going to keep fans hooked.
That's what Stone Dog does best.
And that's just one example of the intricate storytelling that SDW is known for.
Absolutely.
Right. And speaking of Mayhem, Friday Night Lightning gave us a taste of the chaos to come.
Just a taste.
We saw Team Sweet in action.
Oh,
A
yeah.
brutal six-man tag match facing off against Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
The Elite.
The Elite.
The best bout machine and the Jackson Boys.
And let me tell you, this was not a match for the faint of heart.
If you don't like violence.
All three members of Team Sweet were busted open at some point.
Blood was everywhere.
But they fought through the pain and showed incredible unity.
Yeah, they showed that they're a team to be reckoned with.
They systematically picked apart the Elite, first eliminating Matt Jackson.
1 down.
Then Nick Jackson.
2 down.
Leaving a battered Kenny Omega to face the full wrath of Team Sweet.
The cleaner was left all alone.
And boy, did they bring the pain.
They did.
They absolutely demolished Omega,
Brutalized him.
leaving him lying in the ring, barely able to move.
I don't know how he's going to make it to Mayhem.
You have to wonder if he'll even be able to compete at Mayhem after that beatdown.
I'm worried about him.
That's what I love about SDW.
Unpredictable.
You never know what's going to happen.
You never know.
But one thing is, for sure, the rivalry between Team Sweet and Team Con is going to be explosive.
Explosive. Yeah, it was a statement for sure. And, seeing Team Sweet come together like that, it really makes you appreciate the level of detail and thought that goes into SDW's booking.
Oh, yes.
It's not
It's not just random matches thrown together. You could see the long-term storytelling, the careful character development, and the build-up to these major events, like Mayhem. It's like watching a season of your favorite TV show unfold.
And that's what sets SDW apart from so many other eFeds.
Right?
This is an eFed, by the way. For
Yeah.
those unfamiliar with the term, that's a simulated wrestling world.
Mm-hmm.
But SDW takes it to a whole other level.
Yeah, it really does. Speaking of Mayhem, we also got a glimpse of Tony Khan's full team lineup for the event.
Oh, yeah.
He's assembled a powerhouse squad consisting of Kane Jack Perry and, of course, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega,
The Elite.
collectively known as the Elite.
It's a formidable group. And the history between CM Punk and the Elite adds another layer of intrigue to this rival.
Right, yeah.
Their real-life animosity has been woven into the SDW storyline.
Right,
And it makes for some incredibly compelling drama.
right. Remember their epic clashes in other promotions? Well, that bad blood is boiling over in FDW, and I can't wait to see how it all plays out at Mayhem.
It's going to be a slobber knocker.
Speaking of rivalries, we can't forget about the Hit Squad's brutal victory over Kane and Alexa Bliss.
Oh, man. The Hit Squad?
Stone Dog and Stone Fox.
Back together.
The original Hit Squad are back together.
Yeah.
And they made a serious impact in their return match.
They were dominant.
You could feel the electricity in the arena as they made their entrance.
The crowd went wild.
It was a true homecoming for Stone Dog.
The prodigal son returns.
The creator of SDW, who also happens to be a phenomenal in-ring performer.
One of the best.
They dominated the match, and Stone Fox even took things a step further by viciously attacking Alexa Bliss outside of the ring.
He snapped.
It was a shocking display of aggression, and it definitely blurred the lines between competition and personal animosity.
Things got personal.
I was on the edge of my seat wondering what was going to happen next. For those who haven't experienced SDW, this level of intensity and unpredictable storytelling is what makes it so captivating.
Keep you hooked.
It keeps you guessing, keeps you invested in these characters and their journeys, and what makes it even more amazing is that Stone Dog, the mastermind behind it all,
This is his baby.
puts in countless hours to make it happen. He's not just a creative force, he's a dedicated craftsman.
He's a true artist.
It's like he's building this incredible world brick by brick, match by match, promo by promo, and that passion really shines through in every episode.
Oh, yeah. You can feel it.
Absolutely. And speaking of shining through, let's talk about Dizzy,
Dizzy.
who had an incredible night on Friday Night Lightning.
What a performance.
He challenged Steven McGregor for the U.S. title, and it was a back-and-forth battle that had the crowd on their feet.
This was a match of the year candidate.
McGregor, who's been on a roll lately, came in with a lot of confidence, even disrespecting Dizzy early on.
McGregor's got that swagger.
But Dizzy, despite being bloodied early in the match,
Yeah, he got busted out there.
kept his composure and battled back with his unique blend of technical skill and creative offense.
Yeah, Dizzy's got it all.
We saw some incredible near falls that had me holding my breath.
I thought McGregor had him a couple of times.
That dragon curb stump that McGregor hit on Dizzy, sending him crashing into the guardrail, was absolutely brutal.
That was nasty.
I thought that was it for Dizzy, but he somehow managed to kick out.
He's got a heart of a champion.
Talk about resilience. And then Dizzy countered with his own high-impact move, the Dizzy Cutter, which is like a spinning neck breaker that he can hit from almost any position.
It's a thing of beauty.
The crowd was going wild. They were on the edge of their seats, and you could feel the anticipation building as the match reached its climax.
Yeah, you could cut the tension with a knife.
And then boom, Dizzy hit his signature Dizzy Driver.
The Dizzy Driver.
A devastating variation of a pile driver, and secured the victory, becoming the new SDW US champion.
New champion.
What a moment. For those who might be thinking, oh, it's just an online wrestling show, I urge you to reconsider.
You're missing out.
SDW is a vibrant community, a shared passion for storytelling, and a testament to the power of imagination when you see these matches, these rivalries, and the dedication of the people behind it. You can't help but get drawn into this world.
It's an escape.
Exactly. And the energy of the live events takes it to a whole other level.
It's electric.
That's right. You've got to experience it live to truly understand the magic of SDW. Imagine being in a room full of passionate wrestling fans, cheering on your favorite superstars, and witnessing these incredible storylines unfold right before your eyes.
It's an experience you won't forget.
It's an unforgettable experience. And speaking of unforgettable experiences, Friday Night Lightning also featured a few other matches and storylines that deserve a mention.
Oh yeah, there was a lot going on.
We saw Cruz Diaz
Diaz
lose to Painkiller in a hard-fought contest despite Diaz's valiant effort.
He gave it his own.
It's a setback for Diaz, but, he's not one to stay down for long.
He'll be back.
He'll be back, no doubt. And then there was the tag team match where Scotty Washington and Sammy Rose,
Scotty and Sammy,
an unlikely duo, scored a lightning-fast victory against the Maniacs that win earned them a future shot at the SDW tag team titles.
They're going to the big dance.
It's an interesting pairing, Scotty and Sammy. They have very different styles, but they managed to find a way to work together and pull off the upset. I'm curious to see how they'll fare against the champions.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Me too. It's another example of how SDW is constantly creating new and exciting storylines, keeping things fresh and unpredictable.
Always keeping you on your toes.
And speaking of unpredictable, we can't forget about the global title picture.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Jimmy Phoenix, the reigning global champion, was scheduled to defend his title against Warren Winters, but the match ended in a disqualification due to interference from Bobby Lashley and Trick Williams.
They ambushed them.
It was chaos. Lashley and Williams came out of nowhere and attacked both Phoenix and Winters, leaving everyone wondering what their motives are.
I don't know what they're up to.
It certainly seems like they're forming a new faction, and that could have major implications to the global title scene.
Yeah, we could be looking at a new power group.
We know Lashley is a former champion himself, and Williams is a rising star with a ton of potential together with Winters. They could be a dominant force in SDW.
A force to be reckoned with.
And what about Jimmy Phoenix? He's not going to take this line down. He's a fighting champion, and I'm sure he'll be looking for revenge.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be coming for them.
This is a storyline with a lot of potential, and I'm excited to see how it develops in the coming weeks.
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
Me too. One thing that really stands out to me about SDW is the depth of the roster.
They've got a stacked roster.
They have such a diverse group of talented performers, each with their own unique personalities and in-ring style.
It's a melting pot of talent.
Absolutely. It's not just a handful of top guys carrying the show.
No.
SDW does a great job of showcasing its entire roster, giving everyone a chance to shine.
Everyone gets their moment.
And that's another reason why the live events are so special.
Oh, yeah, the live events are something else.
You get to see all these amazing performers up close and personal, and you really get a sense of the camaraderie and passion that drives this eFed.
It's a family.
It's a community, a family, and they welcome everyone with open arms, whether you're a diehard wrestling fan or just curious to see what SDW is all about. I encourage you to check it out.
You won't be disappointed.
I couldn't agree more. All right, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive into SDW, I want to take a moment to talk about the impact that Stone Dog has had on the eFed community as a whole.
Stone Dog is a legend.
He's a true innovator.
A pioneer.
A pioneer who's raised the bar for what's possible in the world of eFeds. His dedication to quality, his attention to detail, and his ability to create compelling storylines have inspired countless other creators.
He's paved the way for a whole new generation of eFed creators.
He's shown that eFeds can be more than just online simulations.
They can be works of art.
They can be immersive, engaging, and emotionally resonant experiences that rival anything you see on television.
Absolutely.
And SDW is a shining example of that. It's a testament to the power of passion, creativity, and community.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well said. As we've been talking about all these matches and rivalries, it strikes me that SDW is so much more than just wins and losses.
Oh, for sure.
It's about the characters.
Yeah.
Their journeys and the emotional connection that you feel with them.
Exactly.
That's what makes a good story, right? You're invested in these characters. You want to see them succeed.
You feel for them.
You feel their pain when they stumble.
You really do.
SDW does a fantastic job of making you care about what happens to these wrestlers.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. Like take Banshee, for example.
Banshee.
She lost the women's world title to Frost.
Yeah.
But her story is far from over.
It's not over yet.
You can bet she's going to come back even stronger and more determined.
Oh, yeah.
I would not want to be in Frost's shoes when Banshee gets her rematch.
Oh, I'd be scared.
We know Banshee's got that killer instinct.
Oh, yeah.
And she's not afraid to push the limits to get what she wants.
She's ruthless.
And then you've got Scotty Washington and Sammy Rose, who just earned the tag team title shot.
Scotty and Sammy?
They're such an odd couple.
Yeah.
But their differences are actually what make them so entertaining.
They play off each other so well.
You've got Scotty the veteran trying to guide Sammy the young hothead.
That's a recipe for disaster.
And it's a recipe for both comedy and compelling drama.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Can they put their egos aside and work together to capture the gold? That's the question that keeps you hooked.
That's the question.
It's like watching a buddy cop movie unfold in the ring.
Only with more.
Only with more body slams and high-flying maneuvers. And speaking of unpredictable pairings, what about this potential new faction with Warren Winters, Bobby Lashley, and Trick Williams?
Whoa. That's a dangerous trio.
Now, that's a trio that could shake things up in a major way.
They could run roughshod over the entire roster.
You got Winters, the cunning strategist, Lashley, the powerhouse.
And Williams, the young, hungry up-and-comer.
They're a force to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah, nobody's safe.
I'm already imagining the chaos they could unleash on the SDW roster.
It's going to be wild.
It makes you wonder if Jimmy Phoenix can hold on to the global title with these guys gunning for him.
Phoenix is going to have his work cut out for him.
Well, one thing's for sure.
What's that?
Phoenix is a fighter. He's not going to back down from a challenge.
He's a fighting champion.
And he's proven time and time again that he can overcome the odds.
He's a survivor.
But can he overcome the odds against a group as powerful and ambitious as this potential new faction? That's the question that's going to keep fans on the edge of their seats in the weeks to come.
I can't wait to find out.
And that's the beauty of SDW. It's a constantly evolving world full of surprises and twists that keep you guessing just when you think you know what's going to happen. Stone Dog throws a curveball and changes the game entirely.
He's always one step ahead.
It's like he's always one step ahead, anticipating what the fans want and delivering it in a way that's both unexpected and satisfying.
He's a master storyteller.
And he does it all with a level of detail and passion that's unmatched in the eFed world.
Absolutely.
From the storylines to the match graphics to the commentary, everything in SDW is meticulously crafted to create an immersive and unforgettable experience.
It's a work of art.
It's no wonder that SDW has such a dedicated and passionate fan base.
They're the best fans in the world.
They're not just viewers.
Nope.
They're part of the SDW family, contributing to the energy and excitement that make this eFed so special.
It's a community.
The best part is it doesn't matter if you've been following SDW from the beginning or you're just discovering it now. There's always something new and exciting to discover.
You can jump right in.
You can jump right in and feel like you're part of this incredible world.
Absolutely.
And trust me, once you experience the magic of SDW, you'll be hooked.
You'll be hooked for a life.
Especially if you can make it to one of the live events.
The live events are something else.
There's nothing quite like seeing these matches and storylines unfold right in front of you, surrounded by a crowd of passionate fans who share your love for this crazy, unpredictable world.
The energy is unbelievable.
It's an experience that will stay with you long after the final bell rings.
For sure.
So if you're a wrestling fan looking for something different,
something special,
something that will reignite your passion for the sport,
then look no further.
Then look no further than Stone Dog Wrestling.
Stone Dog Wrestling.
You won't regret it.
You won't.
Well, folks, that brings our deep dive into the world of Stone Dog Wrestling to a close. We've covered a lot of ground, from the shocking upsets and brutal matches to the intricate storylines and passionate community that make SDW so unique.
It's a special place.
It's been a blast sharing our insights with you, and we hope we've inspired you to check out SDW for yourselves.
Absolutely.
And remember, Mayhem is just around the corner.
It's going to be huge.
Team Sweet versus Team Con.
Oh, yeah.
The global title hanging in the balance.
And so much more.
And a whole lot more.
It's going to be a night to remember.
It's going to be an epic night of action, drama, and surprises. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
Until next time, keep those storylines spinning and those rivalries burn.
Keep it real.
And that's going to wrap up another edition of the SDW exclusive podcast. We are officially in the final stretch before SDW Mayhem. And if you thought things were wild last week, just wait till you see what's coming this Friday. We're talking huge title defenses, last-minute chaos, and possibly even more shocking team shakeups before we head into the most important War Games match in SDW history. Will CM Punk's Team Sweet finally get the momentum they need to put Tony Khan and his goons down for good? Or will Team Khan remind them exactly who's in charge heading into Mayhem? And don't forget, you can catch all the action live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So be there, or be left out of history. Until next time, I've been Carly, and this has been your SDW exclusive podcast, where the action never stops, and neither do we. See you Friday night, and stay unleashed.